Right, hi guys, this is Solarflare. This is a first for me today. I've not done any commentary on any of my videos today, so please bear with me. I'll try my best not to waffle too much. Now, we're doing a video today which is actually from I use a website called WOTLABS, which is great for tracking your statistics and sort of win rates, win rate, all that sort of stuff. And this guy that we're watching a video from today is one of the forum regulars there, SaintLaurentis. He is a very skilled player. His current win rate, from what I can see, is in excess of 3,000, which obviously makes him one of those sort of exclusive players, the unicorns or unicums if you prefer. Now, to give you an idea, I mean, my current win rate is actually more like recent of 13 to 1,500, so I'm not in the same league as this guy. He's a very skilled player. I'm what I would call a fairly average kind of player. But obviously we wanted to, he's volunteered to let me feature his video on the channel, obviously, because I wanted to get some gameplay for people who you know, are truly great at this game, basically. So now he's playing the AMX 13105, the tier 10 light tank. Great little tank. I've not had any experience playing any of the tier 10 light tanks because, to be honest, I started playing the game about a year and a half ago. I've got two tier 10s currently. None of them are light tanks. I've got a medium and a heavy. So, so from my point of view, I can't really offer too much insight on the actual play style of this particular tank, but obviously from watching this video we can get a good idea of how it's working. Now you'll see that SaintLaurentis is pushing down the east side, basically, which on this map, because it's basically a defender base encounter type battle, the east side of the map is, you know, from well established that it's the strongest way to defend this map is to stop people pushing down the eastern side. Now he's actually got right to the bottom of the map now and only encountered a couple of tanks, so it looks as though the enemy team is lemming training down at the west side. So effectively the base is currently being defended by the platoon mates of SaintLaurentis, who one of which is in a mouse, which is obviously a great tank for holding locations up on. And you know, SaintLaurentis is obviously buzzing around in his AMX 13103 with its amazing sort of power to weight ratio, meaning it can just zip around the map. Now, with regards to this tank, it's, having looked at the statistics for it, basically the gun handling is okay. The accuracy isn't great. It's 0.42, but I believe that's pretty much all of the tier 10 light tanks had their accuracy and DPM nerfed, I believe, before they got released onto the live servers. So it means that you really have to, you know, try and fully aim on people to have much of a chance of hitting them. Now you'll notice that what SaintLaurentis is doing is sort of working his way around. He had been up till this point sort of staying at sort of outside of the spotting distance of the tanks that were appearing. But he's now moved into the little town, basically, and he's using the houses for cover. Now this is something that I do quite often on my mediums and my tank destroyers and what have you on this map. You just sort of get the opportunity to pop out, take a few shots, hide again. It doesn't always work, because if the enemy team has got people on the village directly opposite you, they can spot you and you get yourself into a bit of trouble there. But on this occasion, most of them seem to be actually over on the hills. So, yeah, SaintLaurentis obviously taking shots when he gets the opportunity. This tank has an autoloader, which I'm sure you're all aware of, but the tier 10 one only actually has free shells per autoload. However, obviously the shells do more damage than the previous tiers, so I think there's 360 or 380 alpha on this particular tank, but you only get 3 shells, but the reload is relatively quick as well. The armor loadout on this tank, however, is pretty poor. You only get a fairly small loadout. I can't remember exactly what it is, but you can see already that SaintLaurentis is down to 7 APCR shells, 12 of the premium shells. So you don't get an awful lot of shells on this tank, so you've got to be careful that you're actually making the most of them. Unfortunately for SaintLaurentis, he has missed a fair few shots at the beginning of this game, which means he needs to obviously be a bit careful with his shots now. That being said, you know, having seen this video in its entirety already, he does. He makes the most of the shells that he's got. So he's back at the south of the map basically, and he's obviously just trying to clear up the south end of the map. Been spotted there, which actually, you know, to be fair, on this tank he doesn't get spotted an awful lot. The concealment values on this tank are very, very good. So obviously on the move, because it's a light tank, you get they don't break down. The only thing that really significantly reduces your concealment values, or your camo rating if you like, is when you actually fire. So you know, you'll notice that he probably doesn't really get spotted at all unless he takes a shot at someone. Now, Type 4 heavy, very heavily armoured tank, and although the penetration on these rounds for a tier 10 is fairly mediocre, he's going straight through them. Now, you know, he obviously knows exactly, you know, again, he knows where to shoot these guys. He is making the best use of his premium ammo there, basically, to take some health out of that Type 4. But as it stands at the moment, his team are 6-3 up in this game. Now, he does have a large benefit of being in a very strong platoon. He's in a platoon with another player of a similar level to himself, plus another, you know, what we refer to as blue players, because obviously you get the purple players, which are the 3k plus players, and then the blue players are sort of up to sort of 2.8k, 1.8. But he's got a very, very strong platoon. Yeah, it makes a hell of a difference if you have a platoon like this in your team. And to be honest, between this platoon, they're going to carry this game. It's fairly, you can kind of see it coming, really. But again, he's using his camo rating and obviously using the ridge lines to obviously hide himself until he gets into cover. He's going to pop up, take a shot here at this Waffentrager. So the Waffentrager, it's spotted him, but it's too late, to be honest. Because of the autoloader and the amount of damage that he can dish out in a very short period of time, yeah, the tank destroyer really didn't have a chance there, to be honest. So, you know, you can see by the control and the, you know, the way that SaintLaurentis is playing this tank, it's a great little tank. Obviously, in the hands of a skilled player, is lethal. I mean, he's currently on 3 kills with 3,800 damage, and to be honest, he's not finished yet. He's still pumping out the damage as we speak. So, very, very the accuracy. The thing that amazes me with these really high level players is their confidence in their shots. I mean, I as a less skilled player, I'll sit there and I'll try my best to get as much to close to fully aimed as possible, whereas these guys pop up, take a shot, and back out again. And I wish I had that kind of ability. Yeah, maybe at some point. You know, these guys have probably been playing for years, but at the moment, I'm nowhere near that, and I have nothing but respect for these guys who can play like this. So, you know, fair play to you, SaintLaurentis, and you're, you know, obviously you're from a very high level clan as well, so I'm sure you guys are playing these sorts of games on a regular basis. So we're 11-7 now. There's a minute and a half left on the timer, so it's going to be a miracle for the opposing team to be able to actually either cap or kill all of SaintLaurentis' team now. It's not going to, you know. But here's his. See, he's popped up. The E100 just hasn't had time to even get aimed on him before he's unloaded his full clip into the side of him. And this is where this tank has a massive advantage over you know, the likes of the heavy tanks, because their turret traverse is so slow. And here, look, he's waiting for his reload at the moment, so he's sort of dodging and weaving to try and avoid taking damage. And this light tank is obviously making a beeline for him. He's actually rammed him in the side there and killed himself, which was pretty ridiculous. In fact, sorry, I lie. Actually, it was a T-54E1 that destroyed that AMX 1390 there, so he kind of came to the rescue of SaintLaurentis a little bit there. Although, in fairness, I think probably if he'd have rammed him, he would have died anyway, because SaintLaurentis is still pretty much on full health. So yeah, we're coming towards the end of the game now. We have just the last few shots being fired. STB1, 7 seconds left on the timer. So it's a well played game. SaintLaurentis is obviously a very skilled player, as we've said before. Now, just to have a quick look here. Obviously, he's got a high caliber. He's got a Confederate medal, first class, and a spotting medal. You can see it. I mean, he's damaged most of the enemy team. He's done a great job there, really, to be honest. 78,000 credits. Unfortunately, he had to fire, because of the nature of the loadout on that tank. He's had to fire a lot of premium rounds, even. Sorry, but 4 kills, 6,286 damage, 6 medals. It's pretty good going. It's a quality game, to be honest. The sort of a game I aspire to myself. So I just want to say a big thank you to SaintLaurentis for letting me use your replay. Thank you for that, and it was a great game, mate, and I appreciate you letting us use it. Okay, guys, well, thanks for listening. That's the end of today's video, so please subscribe.